Quarterback. Chase Daniel played quarterback for the Chicago Bears for several years. Caleb Williams, quarterback for the Chicago Bears. Now, Chase, do you trust Caleb Williams? Been through a little tumultuous first year. Last 2 years, honestly, his last year in college. You trust Caleb Williams to turn the Bears around this season?
No. But I trust Caleb and Ben Johnson together as a combo. I don't think right now Caleb is ready just by himself to be the guy who just turns the Bears around. And what does the Bears turnaround look? I mean, they won 5 games last year. I think it's winning 10 games. I think it's competing for a division title and playing some meaningful ball in December. And when you look at it, and Ryan Poles, the GM, they really made this whole season and this whole franchise about Caleb Williams, as they should. We felt like he was going to be really, really good coming out of college. Didn't have a rookie year, had 2 head coaches, is on his 3rd play caller in less than 12 months. It's a lot of stuff to happen. And then when you look at it, that NFC North division, it's a tough division.
Very tough.
It's winnable, though. Like, I'm not saying the Bears are going to win it. You look at the Vikings, right? The Vikings have a great team, probably the best team overall in that division.
No.
But you have J.J. McCarthy at quarterback. You don't know what you're getting. You got the Packers. Can they stay healthy?
Overall,
you got the Lions. They have 2 new coordinators. It's a sneaky winnable division. I don't know if the Bears will win it. But with Caleb, when they build it all around you, at times, and I've been with some players that feel like they need to do everything. Right now, I want to see him, personally as a quarterback, I want to see him be a point guard. Hey, throw the ball to DJ Moore. Throw the ball to Rome Odunze. Luther Burden, they drafted him. Colson Leveland, all that stuff. Now, we want to see signs, oh, you're a superstar, you're this. It's not about that in year one. Learn the offense and go win some games because Ben Johnson's going to put you in the right position to succeed. So I love the messaging, and I've been watching this pretty carefully that's coming out of Chicago right now. And Ben Johnson, it's like, hey, there's no excuses. There's going to be adversity. No woe is me attitude. Got to fix the body language. And I've talked about a lot on that, specifically with Caleb Williams and just the mental aspect of the game. Physically, we know he can do it. He's still got to go out there and do it.
Yeah.
There's so much more to being a quarterback, especially in Chicago, where they have yet to have a 4,000-yard passer.
Yeah, I think Caleb Williams is going to be a phenomenal quarterback, but to turn the Bears around, my answer is no. And the main reason why my answer is no is because you can't do it with one season. Mitch Trubisky was a Pro Bowl player, and he went to the playoffs.
We were 12-4 that year.
So if the Bears go to the playoffs and my man is a Pro Bowl quarterback, it's only 1 year. To me, to change around an organization with the coach and the player, whoever, it's going to take more than 1 year. So as I speak right now, my answer is no, because this one season is not going to tell to me that Caleb Williams changed around the Bears organization. Now, if he stacks a couple of them together, then I would say, yes, man, this is the kid that is going to change around the Bears organizations. But after 1 year, I can't sit up here and say that Caleb Williams is going to change around the Bears organization. I believe he's going to be a really good young player. I believe he has a lot of talent with a really good coach, with a lot of good players around him. But 1 year is not going to tell me that. It's a lot of quarterbacks that had one good year and took their teams to the playoffs that didn't change around an organization yet.
But do you think he's prime, though, this year? I mean, the Bears won 5 games. You've seen everything the Bears have added to their roster, including a head coach who was the most coveted head coach in quite some time. This year, like, they're going to win more than 5 games, right?
No, I think they'll definitely win more than 5 games. I think they will be in the playoff hunt. To be honest with you, I would not be surprised if the Chicago Bears made the playoffs. But to me, that don't mean it's a turnaround.
1 season.
You know, 1 season.
Yeah.
I'll take it as a turnaround even if he does it 1 season. But the reason I don't trust him to is like, trust.
Oh, so you don't even think he's going to have a good year?
You don't even think a good year.
Not trust him to. Not trust him to.
Even
trust
with everything they put around him. Sorry, I know.
Trust. The word trust is killing me, Chase, because trust is predicated upon what someone does before. Someone has to earn your trust. And Caleb Williams, he just hasn't earned our trust. Even Bears fans should be able to acknowledge Caleb Williams' emotional disposition doesn't lead me to believe that I should trust him to turn the team around. The young quarterbacks that have had success as of late in the NFL, they are the most boring of consummate pros. Like, Jalen Hurts is boring. Winning, you can't tell if he's happy. Losing, you can't tell if he's sad. He's just boring. Brock Purdy, he's just boring. Dude went to a Super Bowl his 2nd year. Dude went to an NFC Championship game his 1st year as a 7th overall pick. He's just boring as a 7th round pick. Joe Burrow. Now, Joe Burrow's a little bit exciting, but Joe Burrow, you can't tell if he's high or if he's low, if he's in between. He's just kind of like he's here with it. Meanwhile, Caleb, he exudes.
What's Patty?
Pat's always. Pat a little bit. Pat a little bit. Pat a little bit.
He always gets after his own.
Pat a little bit. Pat a little bit.
Can't leave out the one that's winning the ball.
Pat a little bit. Pat a little bit everywhere. I don't. But like, with Caleb, it's too much of this.
Where's his emotions?
Emotionally. It's too much of this. Yeah. He shows it too much. Like, I had no issue when he was crying with his mom in the stands. I had no issue that he was crying. I had an issue that he was that emotional and showing it that much, in the same manner that I'd have an issue if somebody slams their helmet, same way that I'd have an issue if somebody's cursing at somebody post-game. Like, you got to be here with it. And Caleb is too here with it. Now, you might say, Acho, that doesn't matter until you see it on a football field, until Minnesota Vikings. You're in overtime, if I'm not mistaken. You get sacked, and now because you're feeling sorry for yourself, it goes from 3rd and 15 to 3rd and 21 because you get to delay a game because you don't get back to the huddle against the Detroit Lions, 23-20. You get to delay a game because you're feeling sorry for yourself. Now you got to burn a timeout. Now you have a timeout fiasco at the end of that game. Now your head coach gets fired following the timeout fiasco at the end of that game until I see you on the bench moping, whining. I don't know another NFL quarterback outside of Kyler Murray who would display that type of body language. Now, shout out to Caleb Williams, and I'm done with it. Shout out to Caleb for identifying he needs to fix these issues. He said that within the last 48 hours. But trust is earned. I can't just give it to him.
That's a good take. I trust him, though. And let me tell you why. First of all, knowing a lot of different players in this league, that's what makes it so special. It's a lot of different type of people in this league, right? And a lot of times that don't really matter. What matters is what you do in this field. And I think when you're a rookie, if I sit here and criticize him for a lot of stuff as a rookie, I did a lot of these type of things as a rookie, man. We all sad for myself, right? I ain't getting the ball. I'm mad. Andy relocate me. Come here. I'm like, because I've been there, right? And that's part of the game. You're a rookie. Imagine being a rookie and you have to take over a franchise. That's so hard to do. I will say this is why I trust him, because first of all, he's a super talent. I know he didn't play well, and I don't really judge rookies their first year. But let's all just think for a second. When he was in college, we all thought that he's one of the best college players we've ever seen.
Yes,
right?
Yes,
and when we talk about generational talent just don't leave you. You get what I'm saying? I think he has it in him. Another thing they did, the head coach. Ben Johnson's a hell of a coach, man. Absolutely. And I think that he's going to even uplift and elevate that offense even more, okay? Then you talk about the GM. The GM that has done a great job of putting talent around him. So now it's not like, okay, Caleb, go save this season by yourself. Yeah. We're not asking you to do that. We asking, be special, the guy that we drafted, and let some of these new linemen protect you. Let some of these wide receivers we got for you, some of these running backs, let them guys help you out. And I think when you talk about having a great year, your best jump is from year 1 to year 2. Now, certain coverages you didn't see your first year. Oh, I seen that last year. Oh, we played the Packers twice. They said that same. Okay, you learn about yourself. Yeah. You have a whole offseason to self-scout. Things I didn't do well, things I did well. How can I get better? And I think when he acknowledges them things and he talks about it in interviews, it lets me know he's aware. Yeah. So, yes, I truly believe that he will have a good year and will turn this thing around for next season.
Really quick, what does a change around look like? Because only reason why I say that is because 1 year is tough for a change. What does a change around look like? Because we've seen Trevor Lawrence go to the playoffs. We wouldn't say he changed around the Jags.
He's still weak.
We've seen Daniel Jones take the Giants and win a playoff game. We wouldn't say he changed around the Giants, would he? So for Caleb, what would a change around look like?
Well, and that's why I like this question. It's turn the Bears around this season. I'm looking about this season. I'm looking at you know what I mean? So it's not for me. It's not what you can do down the road, because you got to prove it for 1 year. And to Shady's point, I think the coaching aspect is very underrated. Like for the quarterbacks making that jump from year 1 to year 2, Caleb has had a lot of guys in his ear, including his dad. And he even said in the article, he's like, somebody just got to tune my dad out. Like, it's just too much. And that's what Caleb Williams was doing with Ben Johnson. It's like, hey, they're getting in the lab, man. They're working, building that trust. I know it's it's earned, not given, but I give because of what we think Ben Johnson will be. I've given him a lot of my trust. So we've seen him take Jared Goff, and Jared Goff's a good quarterback. But we've seen him take Jared Goff to levels he didn't have when he was with the Rams. And that offensive mind. And I think that when you look at how Ben Johnson wants his quarterback to run his offense, we know the talent is there for Caleb.
Yes, we
do.
The
mental aspect is what was lacking last year, the emotional, the psychological, all that stuff. It sounds like Ben Johnson's working on that with him to make him into a full quarterback.
And I always, talk about this, you laugh at me, but when you're a bad mother, since you've been in high school, it carries on. And I look at so I bring up, for example, I think last weekend, I was hanging out with Marshall Faulk, and that's one of my, he's in my running back goats, right? We have a drink, busted up, talk a little bit, and my personality just comes out. And I say, hey, man, because I'm on a show, I'm with quarterbacks, I'm with guys that research all day, I'm with wide receivers, and I want to know, like, how awful was Peyton Manning as a rookie, and did you know that it would turn on? You know what he said? He said, Peyton Manning's confidence out the roof. Yeah, he throwing a lot of picks.
Yeah.
He said, but we knew he was so good because he's always been good. So you always good no matter what you say, what he says. I know how good I am. Yeah, I played bad, cool. I didn't get it yet. He said, and Peyton Manning had this swagger of, not like overly cocky or anything like that, but this confident. Yeah, I know I'm not playing well right now, but you're going to see flashes of the talent. He said, so because he said he left, right? He left, he went to the Rams. He said, yo, I knew he was going to be great because he carried the aura of like, I'm a good player and I've always been good. But once I figured out it's over for the league. So when I say to Caleb Williams is, yeah, I hear he's talking, they talking, she's talking, we talking. That don't matter because you've always been good. You got to know that. Can't nobody tell you who you are because you know yourself. And I think when you bring this type of coach in there with Ben Johnson, you bring this type of talent around you, wide receivers, running backs, and linemen, and you know how good you are, and you put the time in to get the mental right, you're going to be Caleb Williams, the one we've been seeing.
That's very true. What up, YouTube family? Welcome to the facility. Thanks for watching, and you better be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more highlights from the show and all of our exclusive content.